Let's talk microscopes. In a lot of labs, science labs, you're going to be using microscopes to see, well, really small things. And we have two basic types here. We have a dissecting microscope, which doesn't have the best magnification. This one I think only goes up to 4x, but it works if you have something, you have this large stage here that you can put something underneath and you can maybe get a little more detail by zooming in or looking. And just like the other microscope, it does have eyepieces. It can be adjusted a little bit, but for the most part, not terribly complicated in the process. The light microscope, however, is far more complicated and one that does take a little bit of explanation. You have to keep in mind that you may or may not be using one that looks just like this. So just understand that, for example, this one has one eyepiece, the other one had two. You're the one you're using might have two, but a lot of these things we're going to talk about should apply to all microscopes. First, you've got this big part here, which I mentioned before is called the stage. This is where you put your specimen, usually slides. So I have some slides here. This one has a nice locking mechanism that you pull apart, you place in, and it locks in quite nice. So you may or may not. Some of them have this little metal clip that you actually have to lift up and set on there. That works just as well. Just keep in mind that yours might be a tiny bit different. The whole idea of a microscope is to magnify something very small. So you're going to have some sort of magnification. You need to understand this. This part right here, the eyepiece, is going to be 10x. That's going to have 10 times magnification just by itself. These guys down here, these lenses, are all interchangeable. And depending on what the setup you have, you might have different magnifications. For example, this one has a red, and usually they're labeled red, lens that is 4x. So 4x times the 10x up here will give you a total magnification of 40x. This is sometimes called the scanning setting, so that you can see the object at a 40x magnification. The next ones you rotate through. I have a yellow one. This one happens to be 100x. This is 100x, so it's 100 times the magnification. And then this last one here, now this is something that you need to be careful with, is that if your stage is too high up and you bring this around, some microscopes for some reason will actually like rub or touch there. So just be aware of that. This one's not. I think it makes sense not to have the stage go up too high, but just be aware that some microscopes, the stage will actually go so high that when you bring the longest lens around, you will actually get some friction there, but this one does not. And this one actually has 400x. Side note, sometimes there's actually a fourth one that has a white band on it, and that one is actually 1000x. It's 1,000 times. Probably not going to see that in a high school or junior high setting, but if you do, those require, they're called oil immersion, so it takes like a drop of oil for you to see, and maybe, maybe your instructor has one that they can get out and show you, because they're actually really neat. That kind of magnification is pretty insane. Microscopes can be very, very frustrating to work with, especially to get them into focus. So here's some tips that may or may not help you get a slightly better magnification. First thing is, depending on the setting you're in, you may not have to wear safety glasses or goggles. Depends. Talk to your instructor, but taking safety glasses off, even like your eyeglasses or your safety goggles, can really help. Obviously, if you can't because of the nature of the lab, then you're going to have to deal with it. But that's one thing you can ask about. Next, I like to have it on the lowest magnification and the stage up all the way as high as possible. And you adjust that on the side here with these, what they call these coarse adjustment, coarse magnification or coarse adjustment, where it moves the stage quite a bit. Like you can see how much that's moving it. I like to go all the way up. Next, and sometimes students forget about this, physically look at the specimen on the slide. You can kind of tell where it is. Put it in the center. The microscope is going to be pointing at the center. Also, you want to make sure that your lens is locked in. So here in this setting, it's actually floating between the two. And so if you try and look through the lens, there's not going to have a path of light to go, and it will not see anything. And sometimes it happens more often than you think. You want to make sure that that's locked into place, because even if it's off a little bit, you may not notice it until you go to look through the lens. So make sure it's locked into place so that you're ready to go. Next, when you look through the microscope, you want to adjust the course until you start to see an image appear, right? Now, if you need to go left, right, or up or down on the adjustment, again, I mentioned these are frustrating. Here's why this is kind of difficult to do. This stage, what you're seeing is actually a flipped image. So if you want the image in the microscope to go to the right, the image to go to the right, you have to move the stage to the left. I know, it's obnoxious. If you want the image to go down, you have to move the image up. So it takes some getting used to, but once you get the hang of it, you can start to get the idea of what I usually do is just look at the image and don't even think about what you're doing. Just move the knobs a little bit, and then once you get a feel for which way you need to go, you can get adjusted. So once you get the thing lined up that you want to see left and right, here I'm looking at an onion root tip, very exciting stuff. Then you're going to use the coarse adjustment to get the image into some sort of focus. Go slow. There, I got it there. All right, usually on the scanning, you don't have to use the fine adjustment. The fine adjustment is this little bitty guy down here. One that if you move the fine adjustment, like I'm moving the fine adjustment, I cannot see the stage moving. It's very, very subtle. Usually use the fine adjustment for the higher magnifications. But the general idea is, if you have it in focus for the low magnification, when you switch to a higher magnification, it should still be pretty dang close. And so when you look in through it, then you use the fine one, just go back and forth slowly until she comes into view. There we go, Mr. Onion Room Tip, I see you. And now you have it under that magnification. And then once you have it under that magnification, if you go to the next one, once again, you adjust. And it should be pretty dang close. It's not this time, but you have to adjust it. Just take some time getting used to, and there we go. So that is how you get the fine adjustment on your microscope. Note that these are called light microscopes because they have a source of light from the bottom. I have found, depending on the slide, sometimes it's better to not have the light on or have the light on. It just depends. It's something you might want to play with. If you're having a hard time seeing the image, I don't know, maybe turn the light off. And I don't know if this one has a switch on it, but some of them have a switch on it that you can actually manually turn the light off and on. If you're wondering about the big gray box on top, and you should be because you should be a naturally curious person, this is actually an interface to a computer so that you can see the image on a computer with software. So it doesn't really affect how the microscope works. It's just something to make it easier to see on a computer. Let's say you need to move your microscope, all right? These are very, very delicate pieces of equipment, so you have to be careful on how to do this. They gave you this nice handled thing here. Do you remember what this is called, Sarah? What this little handle, it has like a fancy name for it, I think, but it's the arm. It's called the arm. But you want to grab it here and try to use two hands, grab it from the base and carry the microscope like this. And just be very gentle when you set it down. It's very delicate equipment, a lot of fine stuff in there. So that is kind of how you want to look at that.